project to show absolute devotion to the completion of the project.
Well, this project started with, a mere rehabilitation under the past administration for 155 billion. And later they expanded the scope and the price was increased to 655 billion. And when we came on board September last year, Beja made their request, for a reviewed price of 1.5 trillion. And that's where the quarrel started. And so, but we've been able to agree. And then we got an independent, consultant, Yolas, who reviewed the project with Beja and with Ministry of Works.
The minister used the opportunity to launch the federal government Operation Free Our Roads, which is aimed at making sure that all the federal roads under rehabilitation are made motorable starting from the rainy season. While at the section handled by Julius Berger PLC, the minister commended the contractor for already starting work and doing a good job, and maintained that the federal government expected the entire project to be completed and delivered by May 2025.
Any place that we have challenges after the next 2 weeks, we will record the controller and record the director, and that will not be good, for us. So they have to take this thing very seriously. So this first at 8 kilometers, the contractors are fully mobilized, and the first thing they will do on both carriageways will be to free the roads.
Valedictory court session for the retiring Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, will be held on Thursday, 22nd of August 2024. According to the spokesman of the Apex Court, Festus Akande, the Supreme Court's 2023/2024 legal year ended on Friday, 19th of July 2024. He said the court proceeded on vacation on Monday, 22nd July 2024, and will resume for the first term 2024/2025 legal year on Monday, 23rd September 2024. Akande added that the ceremony to usher in the 2024/2025 new legal year has been scheduled to be held on Monday, 30th of September 2024. Then President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Ariwoola as acting CJN in June 2022 following the resignation of Justice Tanko. That was subsequently sworn in, while October of the same confirmation by also appointed The North Central Youth Council of Nigeria has distanced itself and all its members from the planned nationwide protest scheduled for August 1st to 8, 2024. Addressing journalists in Abuja, the national president of the body, Comrade Sunday Asuku, stated that inasmuch as the council fully agreed that the country is passing through hard times, unity and support for the government to succeed should be concerted, while Nigerians should keep working, praying and hoping for a better country. It disclosed that the decision to pull out of the protest premises on the fact that the peace and unity of the country is at risk, noting that all indigenous youth from the North Central region of Nigeria have been advised and warned not to join any protest in the name of hunger, insecurity or whatsoever, especially at this fragile period when the atmosphere is tensed.
Information. The leadership of the North Central Youth Council hereby dissociates and distance herself from the purported national protest as it doesn't promise to solve in any way the artificial problems facing us as a country. As much as we fully agree that the country is passing through hard times, our unity and support for the government at this time to succeed should be concerted while we keep working assiduously, praying and hoping for a better Nigeria. States within the North Central region have unanimously agreed. We have held our congresses at the state level, and this is our unanimous decision that the country is tensed for now. the atmosphere is tensed, and protest of any kind is not healthy for us. The last time we checked, the resultant effect of EndSARS is still yet to, to leave some people. Some people are still bearing the brunt. Some people's shops was raised, they raised down some people's shops. Some people's business spaces were looted, and what have you.
All right, and in line with the protest, we have Honorable Joseph Akinlaja, who will be joining us via Zoom, and he's the former Secretary General of NUPENG. All right, so good to have you this evening, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
Good
so
evening,
quickly,
Nigeria.
as part of moves to reduce hardship on Nigerians, the federal government has made arrangement to sell bags of rice for 40,000 naira. How effective do you think this would be in reducing sufferings of the masses?
If it happens immediately, as pronounced, it will help. An average bag of rice now, 50 kg, is costing over 70,000 naira. So if we can get at 40,000, and the target for the poorest of the poor, I think it will help. Yes, I believe it will help. Thank you.
What advice would you give to the federal government in carrying out effective sales of these commodities, because experiences from past shows that Nigeria has poor crowd control?
Well, the federal government should utilize the market association. This rice should be given to the market association to sell and put at 40,000. When it goes through the hand of so many people, then the price will also come to almost 70,000. And favoritism will begin to play, and the politics will come in. So let the government use the market association. Let us buy it through the market. That's my advice.
Okay.
Thank you.
So lastly, do you think this move is prompted by the upcoming August 1st protest? And if yes, do you feel this might be enough to, discourage people from engaging in the protest?
Well, I will say yes, that this move of protest must have stimulated the government to do something urgently. And part of the urgent activity is this rise and the price at 40,000. But that it will be a reason for the people to shelve the protest, I do not think so. Because the rise will not come out between now and next tomorrow, where the protest is to start. I will only advise that we should not make violent protests. I know that even the president is not opposed to protest, but is opposed to violent protests. Nigerians are also opposed to violent protests, because in the final analysis, it is not good for anybody. When ordinary people will be molested, shops looted, public institutions vandalized, and we'll still use Nigerian taxpayers' money to install those vandalized public institutions. So that would be unfair. No to violent protests, but people must still come out to show their resentment to hunger and poverty, but then it should not be violent, and it should not be sustained.
Thank you so much, Honorable Joseph Akinlaja. He's the former Secretary General of NUPENG, and the call was over from Abuja. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me.
Right.
God bless.
You're still on to Galaxy News. We'll quickly take a break, and the news continues. To stay with us. We're glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTVNews. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818-666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. Organizers of the proposed End Bad Governance in Nigeria have condemned the current harassment they are being subjected to by security agencies in the country. This was revealed at a press conference held by the coalition of youth, civil society, socialist and radical groups behind the planned nationwide protest slated for August 1st. Galaxy News correspondent has more.
The coalition said at the press conference that they are not anti-government agents, but are only concerned about the living condition of Nigerians, which has gone completely bad in recent times. The coalition frowned at various harassment and name-calling from government establishments, especially security agencies.
Dignity left in them ought to be nauseated by the event of the last few weeks in our country. What is at stake right now is not whether this protest is right or not. What is at stake right now is whether we as the Nigerian people are free or we are slaves in our own country. Because only a slave is shed of the right to freedom of expression and assembly, as you have seen in this country.
This protest started as a result of the dissatisfaction of citizens with the state of the country. It started as a result of the acute hunger in society. It started as a result of the disillusionment that has covered every aspect of our lives as Nigerians.
They said the only thing that can stop them from embarking on the protest is if government can rise up now and address socio-economic issues bedeviling the country.
Surgery removal. Our lives as we know it have been transformed for the worse. Inflation has gone sky high, and with it, prices of food, energy, medicine, and other essentials. The national currency has also been devalued at least twice, something which has also crushed the value of income and the living standards of all of us. So bad is the situation that, according to several estimates, over 26 million Nigerians are at risk of starvation this year.
Capitalists are money conscious and profit oriented. All they think about is their selfish interests. If not, our commonwealth is enough to sustain this nation.
The coalition warned against any plan by hoodlums to hijack the planned peaceful protest because, according to them, they have no reason whatsoever to be violent. From Lagos, this is Lebby Joseph reporting for Galaxy TV News.
Security Meeting Commissioner of Police in Ogun State, Abiodun Alamutu, says any uncoordinated protest will not be tolerated in the state amidst planned nationwide protest. He sounded the warning during an emergency security meeting with stakeholders drawn from across the local government areas of the state. There have been an agitation by some youth planning protests across the country between August 1st and 15th against the rising cost of living and economic hardship. Speaking with the stakeholders, amongst whom were traditional and community leaders, hunters and leaders of right groups, CP Alamutu says the command is yet to receive any notification of permission to protest, but many groups, as such police personnel, have been put on alert to sustain peace across the state.
And from all indications, we don't need such at this point in time. That is why we want to appeal to the conscience of these faceless organizers
The Ekiti State Police Command has appealed to stakeholders in the state to shun violence and embrace opportunities of peace availed them by government. The State Commissioner of Police, Adewale Adeniro, made this known during a stakeholders meeting held in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital, ahead of planned protests in Nigeria. Speaking at the meeting, the representatives of Nigerian students and other stakeholders said current hardship in the country needed urgent attention and called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to act fast. Meanwhile, the police commissioner has stressed that security is everybody's business and urged people of the state to shun any form of violence during the upcoming nationwide protest. In his speech, the representatives of Ekiti State Governor, the Special Advisor on Security Matters, Brigadier General Ebenezer Ogundano, said Nigeria's problem cannot be solved within the 1 year in office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he charged citizens to be patient with the current administration.
Students can eat PIS again now. This way, we have to survive. Things are getting hard. Cost of transportation is not easy. Our parents, they are lamenting. We are reading, working fully, but we are still regretting it. Sir, if you really want us to join the protest, I just think I've said that earlier. If you really want us to join the protest, please let the government do the needful.
At all, by Paraventure, we are preparing and we are strategizing to ensure that we can challenge anything that comes. And we are going to confront you with figure. But we don't want violence. We don't want destruction. That's why we are talking to them. And I believe we will not. But if it happens, we are still on the ground. We continue to fine-tune our strategy to ensure we are able to cope with any situation.
To talk to them so that they can go back home and talk to the people at home that for now, let's give government a chance. Let's see how the government can go as far as ensuring that there is peace, ensuring that there is a good standard of living for the people. The 1 year of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is not enough to solve.
And I'll move over to the foreign desk for more news. Hello and welcome to the foreign news. Israeli far-right protesters broke into an army base in a show of support for soldiers accused of severely mistreating a Palestinian prisoner there. Large crowds gathered outside the Tayman compound after Israeli military police entered to detain the reservist, who are now subject to an official investigation. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu released a statement strongly condemning the incident and called for an immediate calming of passions. Protesters also broke into a second military base where the reservists were taken for questioning, but a police spokeswoman said officers were able to clear it. His detainment near Beersheba in southern Israel has for months been at the center of reports of serious abuses against Gazan detainees. According to the local media report, at least 9 Israeli soldiers at the base are accused of abusing the Palestinian detainees, a suspected Hamas fighter who was captured in Gaza. He is said to have been hospitalized after what Israeli media reports described as serious sexual abuse and injuries to his anus that left him unable to walk. And that's what we have on Galaxy News. Thank you so much for being a part of the news. My name is Nenwar Gimazaka. Do join us by 9.